Hey y'all, it's Katie. Welcome back to From My Vanity and welcome to another tag video. I have been meaning to do this tag for a little while and I actually recorded it about a week or so ago, but I had Gideon in the room with me. It was such a hot mess and I felt like I was all over the place answering questions. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna sit down real quick while he's asleep, just put him to sleep, and let's record this again and hopefully sound a little more clear with my answers. But anyway, this is the Not Your Basic Beauty Guru tag, and this was created by my friend Maria over at Agape Love Girl. I'll have her channel linked down below as well as her video. I highly encourage you to go watch it, but I thought it was just such a fun tag that I wanted to go ahead and do it. There are, I think, like 16 questions, so we'll just jump right into it and get started with this tag. So question number 1, people tend to think beauty YouTubers are experts or should be at doing makeup. Of course, that's not always true. What is one thing you struggle with doing? Side note, even if you're a pro MUA, I bet there are still things you struggle with, so please share. I would say lashes. Like, I'm getting more comfortable at applying lashes, but I still find the whole process of getting them on my lashes and trying to not mess it up to be so stressful, and I feel like now I'm getting better, so like 50% of the time I will do it well and it will look great for a couple hours, and 50% of the time I'll have to totally remove the lash and start over again. So yeah, that's definitely something with just applying lashes. I feel like I'm just always like, it's kind of ridiculous how freaked out I can get and how long I'll sit there going like, because I just feel like for some reason in my head, maybe you have more time, but in my head I feel like I just have one shot at this. Wherever I put it down, at least when I do it, I feel like if I ever try to pick it up and move it around, it just doesn't want to stick down as well. It starts to move around, or it just starts to smear everywhere, or the glue comes up and then it won't stick back down. So I always feel like I have one shot at it, and when you only have one shot at something like that especially, it's a big risk for me, and I tend to mess it up. So yeah, definitely applying lashes I feel like I'm not good at. And like, especially like Maria in this video, I took a screenshot, but she's looking down. I could not put on false lashes without wing liner, because the wing liner, like, I put a thick old wing half the time because I want to make sure you can't see how terrible of a job I did applying my lashes. So whenever anyone puts on false lashes and doesn't have any type of liner, I'm always amazed, and I don't think I could ever do that. Question number 2, on that note, are there any makeup techniques you like to improve or learn how to do? Yeah, kind of like I said with the applying false lashes, but one thing I would definitely like to improve and be able to do better is a full cut crease. I can do a half cut crease like without batting an eye, with my eyes closed, that kind of thing. I'm very comfortable with doing half cut creases, but something about finishing that curve and then knowing when and where to come back up and make it look good. I feel like the few times that I've done it, it either looks terrible with my eyes closed or looks terrible with my eyes open. Like, I want it to look nice when my eyes are open and when they are closed. But so far, the few times, I think maybe 3 times I've done a full cut crease, but the few times I have, I do not like how it ends up looking. Question number 3, are there any makeup looks, styles, trends, or techniques you absolutely refuse to do or follow on yourself? Example, wing liner, false lashes, etc. I feel like false lashes is definitely one that I am like the oddball out. I mean, I do them. I have lashes on today, but I feel like I am very atypical in that more than 50% of the time, especially if I'm not testing out lashes for the month, I tend to never mess with lashes. I'm starting to get into them more, but it's mainly because I have this magnetic option with the magnetic liner. That's more appealing to me, but the traditional like lashes with glue, if that's all I had, I would maybe wear lashes like 2-3 times out of the month. I'm just not that into lashes, and I feel like, and especially people on YouTube, people over on Instagram, people always wear false lashes to complete a look, and for me, like, I just apply some really good coats of mascara and call it good. And while I do dramatic type of eye looks, I feel like it doesn't really look that weird, and if anything, like, I kind of like that I don't have all these lashes in the way of the color I have on my eyes, because sometimes the false lashes can just be like, that's all you see when you have your eyes open, and for me it's like, no, like, there's all the fun colors, like, why would I want to cover that up? So it may be just due to the fact that I can never wear false lashes, or I just don't find false lashes comfortable to wear for extended period of times. They always pop up in the inner corner. Maybe that's why I'm kind of like, I don't need false lashes, so maybe if I was better at them, I would wear them more. But I just feel like false lashes is that one thing that is kind of, especially in the beauty community, like, oh, you need false lashes, especially as a YouTuber. I kind of felt like I should be wearing them more, but I'm like, no, thank you. I'm not really crazy about the false lashes. They take too much time, too stressful. I'm not good at them, and I like my eye looks without them. So question number 4, are there any makeup trends or styles that you used to dislike but now love, or vice versa, any that you used to love that you don't care for anymore? This one's a hard one, but just because I kind of always done my own thing, so it's not until I feel like getting on YouTube, maybe I've been a little more aware of the trends, but I used to just kind of ignore the trends altogether and do my own thing. I guess highlighter, like highlighter was big for a while before I kind of started getting into it, because when highlighter first came out, I was just like, it's gonna be a trend, it's gonna be here and gone. I don't wanna look like I have an oily face, it's not for me. But over this past year, it's really grown on me, and I do enjoy a little bit of a glow on my cheekbone. I pretty much only save the like really intense glows for YouTube, just because going out and about, I just don't care to have that crazy of a highlight on my face. I like it to look a lot more natural. But for YouTube, I do enjoy it because it just picks up on camera really nicely and makes my face have more dimension. So I feel like over the past year, I've definitely gotten into highlighter more. And when it first came out a couple of years ago, I can't even remember, but when it first came out, I was just like, nope, don't want anything to do with that. Everyone's putting this highlighter on their face, and I'm just like, give me more matte powder. I don't want it. So that's definitely something that has grown on me. Question number 5, are there any beauty/makeup trends that most people hate that you maybe secretly like? I feel like liquid lipsticks. Like, I'm wearing a liquid lipstick today, and I feel like the trend for matte liquid lipsticks has come and gone, and people are so into the gloss. But for me, I was into the matte liquid lipsticks before the trend came. I was living it up when the trend was here, and I am still rocking it, even though everyone's like, oh, matte liquid lipsticks, I don't ever want them. I'm over here saying, yes, can I have more? I do have bullet lipsticks, and I do wear them on occasion, but anytime I wear them, they're such a pain. If I'm going to wear them out, either going to the church service, going somewhere with my kids, running errands, I tend to wear liquid lipsticks that dry down to a matte finish and don't transfer, because it's just too much struggle for me as a mom. When I leave the house, it's always like I got a million things to keep in mind and take care of and make sure I get at the grocery store, or make sure I do when I'm out and about. The last thing I want to worry about is my son coming up to give me a hug, or reaching up wanting me to pick him up. He hits my face and I just have lipstick all over. Like, I'm not the person to want to be like, oh my goodness, let me get my little compact out and like get all this off my face. I don't like messing with my makeup when I'm out in public. That's just my thing. And regular lipstick, lip glosses, anything like that, like, those are just too stressful for me. So I always love the matte liquid lipstick, and that is something that everyone is like really dogging on now that the trend is over, and just like, oh, don't want to see another matte liquid lipstick. And I'm like, but I'm here, like, I'll buy it. Question number 6, are there any makeup rules or stereotypes that bother you? I guess I see the makeup rules not so much as rules, but guidelines. I feel like that was in a movie. They're not rules, they're actually guidelines. But anyway, I feel like I see makeup rules more as guidelines, and then you can use your personal expressive nature to kind of capitalize on it and make it your own. So when I view makeup that way, I don't really ever see any rules that I don't like or that I don't agree with. I just kind of see them and be like, oh, that'll, you know, that works for some people, but not for me. But to answer this question kind of bluntly, as it was intended, I think one rule that always gets me, and Annette actually mentioned this, I'll link her video because she did this tag too. She mentioned it in her video, but I'll leave that link down below. Can I finish my sentence, Katie? But anyway, she said that the whole, if you have bold eyes, you can't have a bold lip. And I actually really enjoyed doing that, especially if I have a really cool bold eye look that happens to be a unique color that I also have a lipstick that goes with it. I just am like, I want to wear it. Like, I love it. Like, I know I've done blue eyes and like a blue lipstick. I know I've done like a more of a grungy eyes and then a grungy lip, that kind of thing. And for the most part, I don't really have anybody commenting anything very negatively. Overall on my channel, I very rarely get negative reviews, but there's been a couple times that people kind of comment and be like, whoa, it was like hard to know what to focus on because you had such bold eyes and such bold lips. And I was just kind of like, well, hey, more the fun to look at. You can look at my eyes and then you can look at my lips, but I don't know. I guess I don't see it for me personally. When I see other people with like bold eyes and bold lips, I'm just like, yes, that looks so cool, especially for YouTube. Like, come on. YouTube, having a YouTube channel is the perfect time to wear something crazy on your eyes and your lips. For me personally, I will wear the crazy eyes out in public, but I tend to do nothing or nude on my lips out in public just to tone it down, not to look too crazy. But for my YouTube channel, I feel like that's where I can have all the fun I want and just wear something that I wouldn't typically wear outside on my lips. So I don't know, that's something for me. I totally agreed with Annette when she mentioned that. I don't understand why it's so distracting. Like, yes, it's definitely louder than if you had like a nude lip and a bold eye, or a bold lip and a nude eye, that kind of thing. It's definitely louder, but I don't see how it's distracting or bad. So that's my answer. Question number 7, what old news makeup product do you still love and use on the regular? The Estee Lauder Double Wear, I still love that stuff, and that stuff's been out for forever, but I feel like it has a very cult following. I don't know, I tend to kind of go through and sift through my makeup pretty regularly. I have products that I have loved in the past and I've used up, but I tend to not repurchase too often just because I like to try new things. So I'm wanting to bring in new things, and I just don't want to have too much. So even though I love something, I may not repurchase it because I'm wanting to try other things. Kind of, for example, the Urban Decay Naked Skin. I feel like that's pretty darn old news, but I think that foundation is the best. I think I've gone through 3 bottles. I think it's 3 bottles, could be 4, but I've gone through several bottles. I don't have any in my collection right now because I just have so many foundations. I've been trying so many new foundations this past year that I used it up, I loved it, but I've held myself back from repurchasing just because I don't want to have an amazing foundation sit in my drawer and go to waste when I have so many others to sift through. So I guess that's one I could mention is the Urban Decay Naked Skin. Even though I don't currently have it in my collection, it is still a bomb product and I do miss it. Question number 8. It's possible that there may be a specific YouTuber or YouTubers that inspired you to start a YouTube channel, but let's talk about what, if anything, YouTubers inspired you not to do. This one's easy for me because it was one of the first things when I was starting my channel. I was like, I'm not doing that with my channel. It was just kind of a line I put for myself, but it is when YouTubers intro their video and before they even get into the meat of like what the video is about, they spend 30, 45 seconds giving you their spiel of subscribe, leave a comment, hit the like button, turn on the bell, share my video, and all that stuff. And if you do that, that's fine. I don't want to make you feel bad. I do think that there is logic in that because the people in YouTube and people who follow statistics and stuff like that, they say it does help. So I'm sure there's studies behind it that does help to drive up their subscriber rate. I don't know if it helps to drive up their watch rate, but it does help people to subscribe. So there is proof behind the pudding per se. But for me, I just found that as a loyal follower so very annoying, and I would always kind of skip ahead to get through that spiel because some people will go on literally for almost a minute with the same spiel telling you to subscribe, to like and comment, and I'm like, I haven't even watched your video. Like, I don't even know if you're helpful for me to, like, I'm not going to subscribe to you yet. We haven't even talked, like, we haven't even got the video. We haven't even got the tutorial. We haven't even got your recommendations. I don't even know what, like, if you review products well. It always bugged me when they did it like right out of the gate. It was almost like for me as a viewer, I was like, you're just trying to get this out there so that before I click off of your video, I at least hear that I need to subscribe. Like I'm some kind of mindless minion that will be just like, okay, next video, I've subscribed kind of thing. It always bugged me. So when I started my channel, that was one thing I was like, I'm not going to say it. I know a lot of people say it at the end, and I can totally get that. I've thought about it, but honestly, like for me, I don't think I'll ever do it because anytime and I have tried to say this a couple times in videos, I'm like, let me just try to outro with like, hey, if you like this video, subscribe. Anytime I say it, I feel so weird, so I don't say it. But for people who do, I know I have a lot of YouTube friends who do. Most everyone does. I can totally see it and I understand it at the end, but it always annoyed me when people did at the beginning before they even got into their video. That just kind of bugged me. So that was one thing when I was starting my channel, I was like, I'm not doing that. Question number 9, what beauty content do you love creating the most? Ooh, my Palette-palooza video is so much fun just because I can talk about a palette at length, like as long as I want, almost as long. They get pretty long-winded, but I just feel like I have so much time to just talk about palettes and just talk about the eye looks that I did, and I have so much fun filming that video. Oh, I also love doing palette bingos. I don't do palette bingos enough. I think I've only done it 2 or 3 times on my channel, like the whole history of my channel, but they are so much fun. So yeah, those are a couple ones. Question number 10, is there any content that you create based on audience requests or interests that you actually don't really like or prefer to create? Beauty empties used to be that, but I feel like they've grown on me and I do enjoy it. But I would say now I think the get ready with me is when I sit down and just do a whole face of makeup and talk with you guys. I was doing them downstairs and I enjoyed being able to talk with you and be like very laid back and just do my makeup as long as I wanted to because the kids were asleep. But it was exhausting to actually produce. Like it would take me at least 30-45 minutes to set up, and then it would take me an hour or 2 hours. Usually I could get like an hour and a half to actually do my makeup, and then it would take me another 30-45 minutes to put everything away, and it was always after the kids were in bed, after the kitchen was clean. So often it was like past midnight that I was going to bed. My son was still waking up in the middle of the night. I would be up, by 6 o'clock the next morning, and it was just one that I very quickly came to dread to film. And then not even just filming, like even editing that video was always so painful because I had all this content that I had to kind of condense down to a watchable video. And that was stressful too because I always had to go back and be like, okay, what can I cut out? And then once I finally got the time that I wanted, I had to then watch it all the way through. It was just a very long process. So that was one I know that was requested by my YouTube audience for me to do more chit chat get ready with me's, but those are definitely ones that are exhausting to produce. But anyway, that was a long answer, but yeah. Get Ready With Me, Chit Chat Get Ready With Me is definitely one that I produced and did because you guys asked, but it got very tiring very quickly. Question number 11, how often do you film? Almost every day. I feel like typically, well, not every day, Monday through Friday, I film almost every day except for maybe 1 or 2 days if it's like super rainy or I really need to edit, but I do try to film every day just because I feel like either I have videos that just don't work out, like today I'm sitting down to re-record that one, or I need to do a first impressions and then in the afternoon I edit. I feel like pretty much every day, almost every day of the week, Monday through Friday, I do film something. Question number 12, do you have a job outside of YouTube? Yes and no. I am a full-time mommy. I am at home with my 3-year-old and my 1-year-old, and I feel like that is a full-time job that does not end at 5 o'clock. Question number 13, what beauty content do you enjoy consuming or watching the most? I really like chit-chatty type of videos, like top 5, bottom 5. Samantha March is just the classic when I talk about chit-chatty. She just does a lot of really fun ones. I love her regret series. I love her Will I Buy It series. Any type of talking about makeup, I absolutely love. Question number 14, any non-makeup channels you love? Yeah, I have quite a few. I watch a few drama channels, Tea-Spill, Here for the Tea, even though she's not posting too much, and then who's the other one? Ready to Glare. Those are kind of like I'm trying to stay in the know of what's going on in the beauty community, and then outside of it, Ready to Glare kind of just does anything. Don't watch any of those if you want to be depressed, because some of the things that are out there in this world are very sad and depressing and troubling. But on a lighter note, I love Peter Hollens for his music. He's a very talented singer. I love Do It on a Dime. If you want some tips on how to organize your house on a budget, Do It on a Dime. Absolutely love her, and I feel like I'm missing someone. I've actually been thinking of doing a, kind of like a YouTuber shout out how I've done in the past, but this one is all on like YouTubers who aren't in beauty, like who I watch that isn't in the beauty community. So I might do that one, so I don't want to share all the channels, but that might be coming sometime soon. Let me know if you would like to see that, and I'll kind of bump it up on my schedule. Question 15, are there any makeup misconceptions because of YouTube or Instagram that you wish people knew the truth about or that you hope to change with your channel? I feel like when it comes to eye looks and stuff on Instagram, I kind of get annoyed when a look is obviously photoshopped, and not even like skin blurring and stuff like that, because that's always, that's been an issue and that is annoying. But the thing that bugs me the most is when like colors are intensified or blending is perfected, or wings are perfected, kind of like Annette said, or like a wing is kind of perfected and made to look perfect with Photoshop, because it makes it look so like unrealistic. And if I was a consumer and I'd be like, oh man, I need to get this palette to get that, to get that color on my eyes, I would be so frustrated. And I have had that story in the past where I would see this look done by this Instagrammer or someone on IG, and I'd be like, man, I want to get that palette because I love that color. That is just so vibrant. And then I go to put it on my eyes and I'm just like, maybe it's me, but I think it's photoshopped. Question 16, have you ever felt unqualified or like a bad beauty YouTuber because you didn't do things just like every other beauty guru? Not really. I mean, I feel different. Some days, like, I never do my hair. Like, I'm that YouTuber that never does my hair, and I feel like so many, especially the bigger ones, even the smaller ones, like so many people get on YouTube and they have like perfectly curled hair, and I'm just like, you know how long it takes you to curl your hair? Like, I just don't have time for it. I don't care to. That's the thing. I feel like if I didn't have kids, I still wouldn't come on here with curled hair because I just don't care enough. I crop out the top of my head typically just so you don't see flyaways, because I find that annoying when I'm editing. But besides that, yeah, this is my hair and it just lays there and I don't care. So that's something I feel like that used to bother me when I was first getting into not just YouTube, but like Instagram videos and tutorials and stuff like that. I always didn't do my hair, and I would see a lot of other people like always have these beautiful, luscious, voluminous type of curls on their IGs or YouTube videos, and I was just over here like, here's my hair. Question 17, if you could collaborate with a brand, which would it be and what would you create? I have kind of answered this in another tag, I can't remember. I don't think I would ever want to collaborate with a brand. That would just, I don't know, I just feel like that'd be so much pressure, and I wouldn't ever want to like create a product that everyone doesn't like. So right there, I feel like you just can't create anything in beauty because someone's not gonna like it. But I would feel bad if like, and the only thing I would ever create if I collaborated with a brand would be a palette. Obviously, that would be the most obvious for me, but I just feel like I would feel bad if anyone ever gave it a bad review, and not that they would give it a bad review, but I would feel bad and like I let someone down if someone had a bad experience with my palette and didn't like it. Like, I feel like I would have let that person down. I hope that makes sense. It's not about the bad review, you know, that's not it. It's just I would feel bad that I didn't give someone the quality that I was wanting to or the experience that I was wanting to. So I just feel like I shouldn't step into that. So I don't foresee myself ever collaborating. Question number 18, would you rather collaborate with a brand or create your own makeup beauty line? I feel like I just answered this. I would never want to create my own beauty line. Collaborate, you know, I don't foresee, but you know, never say never, so who knows? I don't foresee myself ever collaborating with a brand, but I feel like coming out with my own brand, I can confidently say never. But no, I don't want to ever create or open my own makeup or beauty brand. Question number 19, because your average beauty guru doesn't always like to do this or give credit where credit is due, it's shout out time. Name 3 beauty content creators you think deserve more followers or recognition. I should have probably planned this one and thought about these YouTubers before, but I didn't. And I don't even remember who I mentioned when I recorded this earlier, but for first one, I do know I did this before. Agape Love Girl, Maria, the person who created this tag. I feel like she does not get enough credit. She puts so much hard work into her channel and she has such crazy talent when it comes to doing her eye makeup. Her blending is always flawless with her eyeshadows. Like, I'm always so amazed. And yeah, she's just a girl on YouTube that I feel like does not get enough recognition and definitely needs more subscribers, more views, more love. She has such great quality content, and if you like longer videos, just kind of sit back, chit chat type of videos, you need to check her out. I think you would absolutely love her. For another YouTuber, I would say Thrift. She is bigger, but I feel like she's not as big as she should be with how long she's been on YouTube and the type of content she puts out. Cassie over at Thrift does such good videos. She puts so much time into her videos. She reviews products very thoroughly. She does let's test videos that she takes you through the day, shows you everything. She's always very thorough in her own way, very in-depth, very well-rounded with her reviews, very well-rounded with her types of video and her content, I feel like. And I don't know, I just feel like she's a fantastic YouTuber that does not get enough credit, does not get enough subscribers or views. I've never been someone to watch a YouTuber's like subscribe list to see how quickly they're going up or down or just kind of keep track of where they're at. But with her, I feel like she's at the 200K and I just feel like she should be like 500 or 600 by now. I feel like I've been following her for years, a very long time. She also has very oily skin. I have very oily skin. So I really love and appreciate her foundation test reviews and her foundation reviews in general. But yeah, she is one that I feel like does not get enough love. If you've never checked her out, please do. She has such a sweet temperament. Like, anytime I watch her videos, I'm smiling because she's just so happy, so cheerful, so sweet. Love her. And then number 3, the pressure. I feel like I want to name everyone. I'll go ahead and link up here where I did, I think I did like a dozen YouTubers that I love to watch and I recommended. Okay, so for the third one, I'm going to do Eyes of Alexandria. Alexandria Sutton. She just recently changed her YouTube name. I'll have her channel linked down below. But she is a girl that loves to play with color. She comes up with some pretty awesome, like, unique content ideas, like kind of out of the box, not just like here's a tutorial and here's a review type of thing. Like, I always enjoy her videos and just kind of seeing what she comes up with. Her eye looks always really pretty and bright and vibrant. She loves to play with color, like I said, and like I said, she does a lot of different type of videos, and I just enjoy kind of seeing what fresh content that she'll come up with. She's very creative and imaginative, and yeah, she's one I can definitely say that I would recommend you checking out, and I think does not get enough love. But I've just been really enjoying her content. I found her through Jen Loves Reviews What's Up in Makeup Facebook group, and she's always active on there, always talking to people, always talking about makeup. And I remember, I think she made a comment, no, she would share her looks and she mentioned her Instagram username once, and then I went and checked out her Instagram page, and then from there I think I found her link to her YouTube channel, something like that. But overall, I just feel like she's a fantastic YouTuber that does not get enough love and recognition here on YouTube. So for those 3 ladies I recommend, I will leave them down below, and then of course check out my previous videos recommending YouTubers that I enjoy watching. But yeah, those 3 are my answers. And there you have it. That is my not your basic beauty guru. I think it's booty. I always say beauty. Booty guru. I'm sorry, Maria, but that is the tag. Those are all the questions and those are my answers. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I thought I would film this a lot quicker than I actually did, so my apologies. But I hope it was an entertaining and informative video. But I'm gonna go now. My battery is dying and I want to get some editing done before the kids wake up. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think down below. Please check out Maria's channel. Check out her tag. If you have a YouTube channel, definitely do it. I always think tags are fun, and I love that they are becoming more of a thing among the smaller beauty gurus. I should say that real quick. I feel like there's so many times that I watch larger beauty gurus, like in the millions or whatever, and they're always like, oh, remember the good old days when like tags used to be going around? No one does them anymore. And I'm like, who are you watching? Because like they are alive and well over here in the like the smaller beauty guru community. But anyway, I would love to see this one go around and see all my friends doing it here on YouTube. So if you have a channel, definitely make sure you do this. But anyway, with all that said, thank you guys once again so much for watching, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye guys.